I was just walking on the beach. He gets caught for smuggling snakes, even though he wasn't.
I don't think I don't think that's by definition smuggling the snake.
Yeah, but they might think it is.
Who's Jim?
Yeah, I don't know. Some random
guy walking.
I see. Okay.
Yep.
Man.
Hula from hula dancing was originally only performed by men. In ancient Hawaii, hula...
Howdy, 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 good neighbor.
Hey.
How we doing?
Doing better than last week.
Yeah, last year.
You took over the...
Last week you were sick, playing hurt. Whew, you passed it on to me.
Sure did.
It's kind of gone through the family. I think it started out with Demond.
Yep.
He passed it to you. You passed it to Mom and I and Joe. We kind of got sick at the same time.
And then Drew and John are now the last ones.
Yeah.
And Deshaun had it kind of in between that group, too.
We're trying not to pass it to anybody else. We're quarantined, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of tell in my voice it's a little bit lower and stuffy, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Anyway, but we're here, and we always like to be here with you folks. Glad that you're joining us for the 34th episode of the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast. It's going to be tough.
It's going to be a tough one right now.
A lot of your head isn't working, your ears aren't working.
Just let me do the talking.
Yeah.
No. So we've got Wisconsin Heights Weekly, Mazo Mini Sitewise. It also snowed this week.
Yep. Our first really noteworthy.
Accumulating snow.
Yep.
Yeah. And then part 2 with Dan.
Yeah.
And then the boys will be here, the couch taters.
Mazo Mania was big this week. Well, last week, actually, because of the totem pole they were on. Digging Deeper.
27 Stomp Track.
Yep. 27 WKOW was out for the rededication of the totem pole as you head into Lions Park in Mazo Mania. So big time. We got on the news for something really good. What else we got? Anything else?
I mean, Drew, like I said, the boys will be here for the couch potatoes. I'm sure John will be sitting in your spot. So
I hope they enjoyed the Dan O'Connell interview last week.
Yeah.
And if you haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing, do it because it's all about his wrestling and growing up, and especially wrestling. And then this week is about Mazo Mustangs, kind of him being the starter of it, the founder of it, and then
the founding father.
And then also about just how he's doing health-wise, because he's had a few health issues over the last couple of years.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well. Whew. All right, well, we might as well get into it. You ready?
Take a big, deep breath, because here we go.
Hey, this is Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. And this is the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
Last week's podcast was a huge success.
With Dan?
Oh, yeah. Of course it was. Did anybody have any doubt?
Never in doubt.
I didn't doubt it.
State champ, podcast champ.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if it keeps going, his might be the biggest that we've had so far. And we haven't really even promoted it. I mean, his daughter Jamie, of course, has promoted it some, but you've got this is going to be the second interview.
Oh yeah,
this week. This week.
This was interesting too.
But go back if you haven't seen episode 33 and his interview. It's in What's Happening in Mazo, their Facebook, and it's on our YouTube page.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the 34th episode of the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast. Johnny's here. Drew's here. Joe's here.
Back from the dead.
Dad's here. And I'm here. We got a full house today. Good to have you guys back. Who's all sick still? Johnny?
I'm on the back end. I had a tough week. It was tough. I even thought, excuse me just a moment, sorry. I even thought I might get a flu shot next year. Break down and get a flu shot.
Wow.
Then you're going to get sick when you get the flu shot.
Because maybe I get the random strain they don't, do it for. But I think if I could knock out a couple 3 and not feel like I did this last week. What do you guys think about that?
What I would like to know
I'm getting old. So.
What I would like to know is why, John might know this, why did we have to limit it to only one strain?
Get all of them.
Yeah, just pump a bunch of
every strain, baby.
Yeah, like 4 or 5. Why not just be...
But they'd have to have a needle, a syringe like that long, probably.
Well, it's just multiple shots.
Shove it right through your chest.
I don't know.
Multiple shots.
I think Dad's right that it would have to be some sort of...
You might be in there all day.
Size, or you might have to go and get multiple shots.
Imagine how sore you'd be after that.
So...
Your shoulder?
Yeah. I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't know. Some people swear by them. Other people say that they get sick every time they get one. So I don't know what side of the fence. But it seems like the older people, no offense to older people, but they tend to start getting them. And that I think it might lessen the symptoms. Or that's what it's supposed to do in theory.
I don't think, not to get controversial, but I don't think that the flu shots are as controversial as the COVID shots, right? I mean, they've had a lot of different, there's lots of emotion on the different sides of the COVID stuff, but the flu shot's not so much. Is that right? Or do I not?
I used to get
I think I think it was an old-fashioned vaccine where you actually got a piece of it, whereas the new COVID vaccines, they're just a newer technology, which I think concerns some people. And anyway, that's as far as
much as we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I wonder if that might be the difference.
It's not something we focus on.
But like
here.
we talked about,
if you had a lab coat, I'd believe you even more.
I should get a Wow.
Well, and you sound sick, so that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure how that.
Well, you've been there.
You've got experience.
I guess.
Good bedside
but we were
manner.
talking about the vaccine hesitancy in the United States for, was it the polio vaccine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
took like 10, 15 years
to get like 50%. and people were ending up in like iron lungs and stuff because of, and so they were against vaccines back at that point, big time.
Well, and that was before, the government got involved in schools.
Yeah.
And when they got involved in schools in the early 60s, then to go to school, you had to be vaccinated.
Right.
Wow. I mean, we used to have to stand in line to get the little drink or the poke, all sorts of stuff. So
there was a different, you could just have some sort of oral.
Well, later.
Oh, I was going to say,
they're just drinking Listerine.
A lot better than that horse needle they used to use.
I was going to say.
There's a pretty distinct mark that was left by the polio.
Yeah, I still have that, yeah.
You can kind of tell people's age because you'll see them.
You have that?
No, I don't, but I'm just saying I've seen other people, if they have a short sleeve or whatever, and you can see that and you can say, oh, well, I know that they're probably...
Yeah. Just because the needle was so big?
I don't know. It just caused a mark that was fairly good size.
Something, I don't even know. I've got it.
Yeah.
Mom has it. But they stamped it into you almost. Yep. It was like almost a circular thing, and you kept it. It's
almost like a brand.
Yeah, almost a brand type thing.
It's like a vice grip.
Almost.
They clamped you in on one side and stuck the other one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
So anyway,
all right. Let's after that rabbit trail, that was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let's. We don't have a whole lot for Wisconsin Heights Weekly. Do you have something for that?
Well, Joe,
when you say whole lot, we don't really have any.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I got stuff here.
Do you write some things down?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, it gets busier. Soon we're in between sports and stuff like that. But go ahead, Joe. I got one or two that you
Joe's
might
going to
not
have to start going to them.
Well, we've also got a disclaimer here. It's not. There's etiquette.
Is this your segment or is this my segment?
Well, you didn't do a very good job. Mike, can you hear him?
Yeah,
he's also got something in his mouth.
What do you have in your mouth? A cough drop?
Those black
none of your business.
Okay.
Cow.
black cow candies.
Those are my present.
Yeah, but then you gifted them to us.
You put them on the table so they're fair game.
They stole it from us.
That's right. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So I think it was either this last week or a couple weeks ago, there was a play that was being put on.
So we missed it because you didn't do your...
Yes, that's what's going to have to happen.
Is it registering?
No, because he's on a different box.
Okay.
So we've got 4 here.
And I got these on.
Yeah, it's almost blown through the...
If he was registering on yours, you'd be in trouble.
Okay, great.
Okay, good.
Go. Stay on that mic presence.
I was
Stay on that mic presence
for a second, to be honest.
and try not with your candy to slobber all over the place.
Dad's the only one who can hear it.
Carry it from there to there.
My segment has been hijacked again.
They're not even together.
Anyway, Wisconsin Ice Weekly.
I'm not sure if it was a week or two ago, but it was a play.
Yeah, but it was there.
What was it? What was the play called?
I think it was Once Upon a Time in High School or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's right. But hey, listen, let's do a little bit better job of representing everybody. It's not just a sports thing. Our family's a sports family, but we are also music. Yeah. Some of us were in drama.
Well, when you're
not very good,
when you're
drama.
just a superior athlete like I was, that's about all you think about.
Yeah. That's true.
But now
we can do better. We can get more of a
my thing's been hijacked. I've been.
That's because you told me before this. You said I don't have anything. You don't have anything. That's your segment. That's your one time to shine.
I was sick, and then the boys and I believe the girls have started basketball practice.
High school.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then there's been middle school boys basketball has been going on as well.
Deshaun,
so not too
our
bad,
youngest,
not too much.
He just graduated a couple of years ago, so he's still really in tune with this stuff. Mm-hmm. He was driving to work, B&B Laminates in Cross Plains Arena, Mazo, and he saw this last Monday the boys starting practice. Mm-hmm. And so I think the girls were a week ahead. Mm-hmm. So I would almost think their first game would be this week sometime, because we drop on Wednesday. It would be either last night, like on a Tuesday, or coming up Thursday or Friday. So let's check on that.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll get my reporters on that.
Best man on it.
All right. I can't remember. I'm trying to remember back to when we played. I thought we always had like a game or two and then had the Thanksgiving break and then came back. Was that true? Am I remembering that correctly? Or did we not start any games before?
It depended on who started first, because...
Oh, who's on first?
Yes. What's on second. But the girls some years start a week before, and then sometimes the boys start a week before. So, depending on who...
I thought we always had a game, though, like before Thanksgiving.
Maybe a scrimmage.
Scrimmage?
Mm-hmm.
Cribbage?
Huh, I don't know.
Let's move on over to what we saw site-wise.
Big.
Dad and I have got a lot. So, and Joe's got some videos for us. So I don't know what we want to take care of first.
Well, I'll just go with the one, because I usually go down to Mix It Up Fitness and work out. And that's when I do my route with my moped. One, it's snowing now, or it's been colder, so I'm not.
Joe, you want to get that video up? I have a video of snow on the trees. Okay. So we'll play
just
that.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And then
this was our first notable snowfall here.
And then I started not feeling good this week. Got what everybody else in the family had, and so I didn't go out down at all. So I went for a walk Wednesday and saw that there was a cleaning service.
That's right out by your house, boys.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah, the snow was very sticky, and it stuck to the trees
and snowmen.
Oh, the double pun there. It was sticky because it was sticking to the trees.
Yeah.
John's finishing his story.
Go ahead, John.
You saw a cleaning service.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact name of the company, but it was a duct cleaning, but they also did interior cleaning down at the Historical Society. It wasn't just your run-of-the-mill cleaning. It looked like they were doing some sort of deeper cleaning at that place, which kind of makes sense if you have older stuff in that. You'd want to make sure it's nice and cleaned and well ventilated and things like that. So that was being done on Wednesday. I took my moped on Wednesday as well.
Wow.
Busy day.
To
handlebar performance.
And I told Aaron, it's just nice to have that convenience.
I'd say.
There. Dropped it off that day. Boom. Got it back that day.
Boom.
He doesn't charge an arm and a leg. He doesn't try to sell you on getting something more or some sort of maintenance plan or anything like that. It's
he said you could really get like a sidecar or something. Or
I thought maybe he'd try to sell you some tracks so that you could go in the snow, like snowmobiles have.
But he was practical, and we got to chat a little bit.
Honest Aaron Handel.
Yep.
Is what we call him.
And he said that he's quite busy, which is good to see and good to hear.
I saw he was
a local business.
He was there until like 9:00 one night doing stuff, which means he's busy.
He says that people come in, which is the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Of people coming in and stopping by and talking and things like, which he likes, but it does, being local is great. And then it's also, sometimes it
drawback
a little bit, which he wasn't complaining. He was just saying that.
But he was mentioning it while he was talking with you, so he's probably trying to say.
Well, and then I said, I won't be that guy that just stays here and keeps talking. Maybe 10 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes.
Oh man, those guys are terrible, aren't they? I mean, just
Hey, Aaron or Cal, the Radical Podcaster, you guys should have like vending machines there or something, or a little coffee bar.
Yeah, well, they have a coffee bar.
To hang
it's called Tim's. I don't know if it's his.
They do have that.
I don't know if it's his father-in-law's coffee. So it would be Tim Weber.
Yeah.
Oh,
because that's the only person that I can think of.
He does his own coffee.
That's a coffee bar.
It's Tim's Coffee Bar.
Tim's Coffee Bar.
Tim's Coffee.
Yeah.
So that's for patrons that are there to just but
Yep.
you know, just be sensitive.
Yeah,
you know, Aaron's got stuff to do, and he's kind of a little bit of a one-man show.
And he wasn't complaining. He probably was more to the point of what Drew was saying. Get me out the door. Yeah. But no, it was just
he started the conversation
he said you're bringing me a moped anyway. Yeah. Give me something bigger.
Yeah. He was just saying that it's nice to know everyone, but there's also that when people stop and talk. So that's maybe sometimes why he's not only is he busy, but there's also people that like to just chit chat. So nothing wrong with that. But just a
part of owning your business, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Baby.
That's a good job.
All right. Do we want to move on to do you have something else that's not totem pole related?
Boy. Well, just a couple of things. Dane County EMS in Mazo is collecting deer hides this year again. I don't know why. Do you guys know why?
I've never known why.
Not the whole carcass. Don't bring the whole carcass, folks. Just the hides. Collection is out on the EMS on Highway 14. They've got a bin out there.
Why do they do it?
You just throw your deer carcass in there? Or deer?
Well, no, not deer carcass.
That's not deer hide in there?
Yeah, deer hide.
Don't throw your deer carcass in there.
I don't know why. Tell us why in our comments. Tell us why they collect. That? See, we're not hunters. And that's probably like, duh for people. Like,
they make clothing out of it. They donate it maybe to some place that does.
I don't know.
I don't know it.
I don't think any of us know.
So probably try not to.
Okay.
Yeah. That was all I had except for. I mean, I had the first notable snowfall.
Oh, sorry.
Mom took some pictures and videos too, but that didn't make the hit list, huh?
Nope, it didn't.
Okay.
I stuck with the short one.
Okay. And then there was the big event down in Mazo. I don't know if you want to talk about it or you want me to.
No, Joe's got there's a couple pictures.
Just let the videos speak for themselves.
Yep. There's a video, it looks like. These are just all the people.
Wow, it's snowing.
We're stopped here. Okay. So
that's a video, not a picture.
Well, what this was the Mazo Mani totem pole rededication ceremony.
Can you go full screen at all?
Just to see full screen.
And it took place.
I'll press that over to the left.
A week ago this last Tuesday. Took place a week ago this last Tuesday down in Mazo Mani as you drive into the backside of the
Mazo Mani Lions Park.
Lions Park. And this park is maintained by the Lions Club. And so the swing sets and the ball fields and the totem poles and the signs and everything are done and maintained by them. So that's one of the last things that they did. But go ahead, Hudson. You were going to say something.
Go ahead. That's Kenny Meggs,
who's a nephew of Marvin Huset, who did the original totem pole. The totem pole's like 20 feet high.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's Sharon Craney, who just lost her husband Jim, and Jim was going to be the one that painted that, but because of his sickness the last months of his life, he couldn't do it. So they honored she and Jim. There's a fish that goes in the mouth of a hawk or something. A beaver. And so they're sticking that into there and then they're going to, glue it in there eventually. But that was that scene. Mm-hmm. So let's see. There's another picture.
There should be
vids, I think.
There's a video of some of the people.
Yeah,
that were there. Some of the who's who.
Yeah, with some celebs.
We got right on the left there. There's the Channel 27, Ken Meggs.
Is that Ben Hodson?
Yep, Ben Hodson.
Ken Meggs is not from
Ben and Luella Hodson were there. That's Pete Peterson.
And then right there is Toasty's dad.
Yep,
Dave.
He's the one who painted it.
Yeah, he stood in the place of Jim Craney.
Yeah,
and so boy, that goes fast.
It was snowing.
Yeah, there's
There's Miss
Judy
Husett
was
right
there. Judy Curtis.
And Miss Husett right there. I saw her.
Yep, Marilyn Husett was there. Judy Curtis was there. Dick Royston was there. Dick Royston spoke.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a really nice job. You got some of it?
I have that. It's not very. You can't hear it very well.
Yeah, well,
it's the next video, Joe.
I'm just giving who's who.
It was snowing there. That was the snow we got.
And looping it right now.
Let's keep going here.
Oh, this is nice right here. We got
You double-clicked it.
dueling banjos here.
Who's double clicking?
Okay,
nice.
This is when they're doing it here.
Yeah,
that's Booner Schlamp there in the gray. It's nice to have him there because he's huge. He's a huge guy.
He's a big man.
I just felt safe. But see how big that is?
Yeah. Do you mind getting that volume out of there?
Huh?
You get keep playing the volume, but there you go. Yeah, that's nice.
And they were from Kenny Meggs Builders there, those two other guys.
What's his name?
There's Bo Andrews.
Bo Andrews.
Oh, nice. From Tim's Horticulturist.
Yep.
Yeah, he did our
Tim Andrews.
I can't imagine how heavy that is.
Verna Wallace is there in the red,
Yeah.
the little red jacket there. And Vanguard Electric was the ones that helped set it. You would have had to have had that. I leaned over to Ben Hodson and said, do you think you and I and a couple of other guys could pull that up and put it in place? And he said, oh, no.
Now, is that painted that way, or is that?
No, it's snowy. It was laying there, being prepared, and
looks kinda cool,
unfortunately, it was all snow covered.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's beautifully painted. Very nice.
Hey, they just said, get ready for the elements, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to put you out here. This was what's going to happen.
Natalie Beale was there.
Oh, yes.
There it is.
And the gal from Channel 27.
Storm Trek.
Yeah.
She had us covered.
Yep, she did. They had us covered. And
Who was it?
I don't know. It was just a beat reporter.
Ooh.
And then the Noggle woman.
Hopefully she doesn't.
Whatever her name is,
Amber
Amber
Noggle.
Noggle.
Yep.
She did the thing on
15,
that night.
20 seconds.
It was about 15, 20 seconds. But, I mean...
What are you supposed to do?
It
It was
is.
very nice.
Yeah,
it's
I
nice
don't
to
think
have.
that's bad. It's big time.
I know,
Getting down
Amber,
there.
we got a longer video than you do of this. That's not very good.
Yeah, we should have made our own news. We could have done that.
We could have.
Here in the studios.
Yep.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, that was fun. But Dick Royston. Oh, Peter Hebner was there.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
The town
Kendall Traeger's dad was there too.
commissioner. No,
Some type, I can't
town
remember.
president.
Comptroller, maybe?
Comptroller.
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah.
John Traeger.
I don't know.
Traeger
what it
was there. He pulled in his truck and got a front row.
Oh,
seat.
John
Remember?
Traeger was.
The one that lives right
Yeah.
down,
Yeah,
right
John
next to
Traeger.
Ben Hodson. Does
Yep.
it? Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
share.
Yeah, he pulled right in, and
Yep.
anyway,
Maybe he brought Ben.
Oh, and they did a nice job.
Carpool.
They did a nice job because
Crossing guard.
Judy arranged it all. It seems like they had a nice little gathering.
Judy Curtis.
Yeah, and then they stood there, and Dick Royston, he does a nice job. I mean, he didn't overcomplicate
Listen,
it.
he don't become the mayor of Mazomania.
He needs to be the mayor again. But
Yeah.
anyway, he
Kept it short and sweet.
completed. Yeah, he completed the whole thing in maybe a minute, and then Marilyn Husett spoke, the daughter of the originator of the totem pole, and she did a really nice job, just short. And then they had Kenny Meggs say a little something, and that was it.
Nice.
And it was just a nice little ceremony. So,
Do we
thanks.
have a mayor still?
I think we've got maybe a president now.
I think the next
There's a town
round
council.
of voting, which would be, I think, 2024,
Right in.
you should have, you just write Mazomania mayor. So write in the title and you put Dick Royston and see how many ballots you can get. He ran unopposed.
Yep.
That'd be
if he got
kinda
one
cool.
vote, he'd win.
Yep.
Still my mayor.
Well, and Dick Royston is going to be on the couch.
Yeah,
with
with
James
James
Dewar, his grandson.
Nice. Yeah, couch right there.
He'll be here the first week of December, and
He'll
then
be on
he'll
one of our
be
episodes.
he'll be
Yeah,
on
we'll
a
tell
couple
you
of
when it
episodes.
comes.
Then just before Christmas, what a Christmas gift
Yep.
to get Dick Royston here.
Yeah.
Mayor of Mazo and
Yeah,
Christmas.
he knows
man.
everything. Like I said,
Eminem.
yeah,
Mayor Mazo.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So anyway, that's basically it. But that was thrill. I'm glad we went down there.
Yeah,
nice.
it was nice, and it was really nice because it was snowing. It was kind of fun to.
Mom went down with us too.
She sure did.
In
so
the
that was
elements.
But she wasn't in part of the
nice.
celeb
She
there.
took some videos, and I had to delete them all.
And-
I feel bad, but they weren't.
I
great.
wouldn't.
And then
I've seen some of the videos.
She's not. Photography's not her greatest strong suit. Matt
Wait, but you don't take videos so as a photographer.
Mitchell Travis was down there.
was down there
But
taking
he was
pictures.
taking
videographer.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Why would
Not
you even
really
take
videographer.
pictures if he's down there
That's
taking
true.
He
pictures?
was gonna use his drone.
Yeah.
Or some people call it a drone.
Yeah,
He was gonna use the drone, And but I think the weather was
too
inclement.
Too bad.
Couldn't get it on off the.
He needs to get himself a snow drone.
I hope this doesn't come back to bite us. But and those of you that are watching, just be careful who you share this with. Don't share it with the local police department or town fathers. But because there was a whole bunch of stuff going on that narrow road there, we were going to go out all up and around there, but there's no place to get out there. So we went on the do not authorize place.
But we were an authorized vehicle.
Felt like we were doing something illegal, but we just followed somebody else.
We did. We followed somebody's lead.
You guys were press,
right?
Yeah. What's that?
You guys were press.
That's true. Yeah. Good point.
You should come up with your own
exit
press
stage
badges.
right.
Yeah.
And go to just different local events.
Actually, I was wondering why people were looking at us. They were looking at. I felt like they were looking at because they said, "I think they're from that podcast, aren't they?" The original Father
There's
Son
those guys.
voiceover
They
podcast.
do that thing. That's what they say.
There's that guy. He does that.
They do that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, but let's be serious for just a second here.
Okay.
So
I've been serious the whole time.
Judy Curtis said that we should get Marilyn Huset and Kenny Miggs to come and talk.
Sure.
And they wouldn't even have to talk about the totem pole. We could talk about that.
Yeah.
But we could talk about a lot of other things because they've been around here a long time. So she said that she'd get an in with some of those people down there. So Judy, we'll call on you to do that. Yep.
I've got one other thing.
Okay.
It was from the craft fair.
Oh.
And it was another one of our family friends that she had a.
Does somebody else need to take over the computer?
I
Joe?
feel like we're having trouble here.
There it is.
She had she does, what does she do? She
I don't know. This is your thing.
You said she was a family friend.
So
yes.
But
I just didn't know what she called it. She builds, she makes her own
I didn't know
clocks.
she did those kinds of things.
She made this like
That's Lydia.
tray thing. Yeah, Lydia's sitting there if you can't see her. But she had all sorts of crafts.
Yep,
I mean,
the
she's,
signs. Are those her wreaths?
I don't
Or where they are?
I don't know, but she's also got some
For sure
bottles
the sign,
here.
yep.
Stuff that you can just fill
All
up your
sorts
house
of like
with.
knickknacks.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. We went out to play basketball at the new elementary school on that Saturday of the craft fair. I have never seen as many cars
People
at the high
parked
school.
in the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a long time, and I've never seen
You know
that
why?
many.
They were coming to see Lydia's booth. That's why.
Could be.
They were all coming to see her
Yeah,
booth.
and Anya
Many
and
of them
Michaela
didn't know
had a
that,
booth.
but they probably got there and they saw it.
Yep.
Anya and Michaela had a
Yeah, true.
They did our
Treats,
little
right?
commercial for us.
What did they have?
they had like bath
Bombs.
bomb type things.
Oh,
And other
bombs.
things. I don't exactly remember. You'd have to ask Mom. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
she
that's
does
the old
nice
South.
work, it
That's the
looks like.
South
Leave
gym
those at
right
home,
there.
I think you'd want to.
Leave those bath bombs.
These
at
signs
home.
are, I see those a lot in people's homes, and businesses.
They look like they're Christmas.
Some people do like parties where they, maybe she would kind of walk them through
How to make them?
help make them and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
That's
and did
become
she-
kind of a big
Workshops. they're
Lydia's
called, I think.
she's probably okay
Interior
if somebody,
designer.
if the massive amount of people that
Yeah.
watch this, she'll say,
boy.
"Hey, I got to have some of that stuff. Well, just contact us and we'll get you in contact with
Yeah,
Lydia."
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know.
If you need
we
a
got
clock,
it
if you need a festive sign that
Yeah,
says
there's lots of
joy
little
or
things.
happy holidays.
From people's view on the camera, it's possible they might think that those are just like pins that go
Yeah,
on
they're
your
so
shirt.
They're
But
a
those
good
are
size.
actual wall
in.
clocks.
Maybe Damon could put a
Pull up a
larger
picture.
thing.
That might be nice.
Because down to
Yeah.
the right there are some neat little festive things too. What are those things, Johnny?
They
down
look
there,
like mason
below by your
jars
feet
with
down
some
there.
I don't know
rope.
if they're like
They're mason
yeah.
jars.
So they
mason
filled
jars. Are
with,
they
like-
candle? I think
Okay.
maybe candle. There's stuff in them though too.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
I
exactly
think
know a
sure.
lot
looks
of
like they've got
candles that have
cinnamon.
pine
Yeah, that's what I
coming
was
out of them.
wondering. If are they
They might be
candles or are they?
not potpourri, but they're
Incense.
They're not. No, they're not.
No, I don't think
potpourri.
that's that.
incense.
You know, sometimes they make that
Incense?
stuff in jars. Like
I don't think
I think
hot
it's just like
chocolate
a nice
stuff or-
smelling
Oh,
thing.
okay.
An aromatic jar, mason jar. That's what we're gonna go
And then
with.
what's this? I wonder up that top there. I'm not sure.
Those
but-
are bottles
Yeah, I understand
that
that.
have been looks like painted.
Oh,
We'll have
and
them
then
on. We'll have
maybe
them on
they're
blow it
like
up for us.
flower vases.
Vase. Yeah. Mm.
Vase.
A lot of very nice stuff there.
Very
I,
nice.
I've only seen her clocks, and then she did a little thing. Well, she built this table.
Yeah,
She did
built
build
this
this
table.
table
Yep.
Yeah.
for the podcast.
There you go.
Wow,
So
and
she
I
can do
didn't
a lot of stuff.
realize she was into the folding chair business either.
No,
We're not
camping
folding
chairs.
Those are
Wonder how much those
those are
sold for.
camping
those aren't
chairs.
folding. Are
Oh,
they?
those are camping chairs.
Yeah, those are
Wow,
camping
she
chairs.
makes
Well,
camping
they do
chairs
fold
too.
though.
Pretty good.
Not really folding. You think of
Oh yeah, folding. Yeah.
That was a joke. I don't think she makes those
She's
jokes.
No.
Well, that's all I got.
Okay.
I think that's
we're
our
gonna
old
be gone
futon.
next week.
I think that's our old futon.
And then we're gonna be gone for
it is.
It is.
What is it?
It's our old futon. Remember, it's the one on the other side. She hung them on there.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yeah.
See how smart people are that do crafts? They just find
So much
uses
smarter
for
than
everything.
us.
Yep.
We'll be gone next week, and so if people see something in Mazo while we're gone, feel free to
Let us
comment.
know. Yeah.
You
Email
can't come
me
up here
or
talk
just
about
comment
it,
on the videos.
Yeah,
Just
because we're
comment
going
on
to
the
be in
videos.
Florida.
Yeah, this is the time of year where I think they start putting up around Thanksgiving. They put up the Christmas decorations, so it's kind of
It's a festive. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Some might say.
hopefully they wait for us.
Yeah.
I guess they probably won't, but
Probably not.
But they'll still be up when we come back.
I understand. It's just the process of putting them up for Mazo site-wise.
Well, yeah.
we'll talk about our trip when we get back. But one of the things we're always amazed at is when people are putting up Christmas lights and it's dark and it's 6 o'clock and it's 75 degrees.
Yeah.
That's
And
always a
Christmas
shock.
music.
Yeah,
It's
Christmas
a
music
beautiful
down
thing.
in Marco Island, Florida.
Yeah.
Weird.
All right. There it is for Mazo Mania Sitewise and Wisconsin Heights Weekly. Thank you guys. Next up, part 2 with Dan O'Connell, all things Mustangs and his health. So check that out. Don't miss that. It's a very good second part, as it were.
Yep.
So after that, we'll have our state fun fact.
I've got more than one. So
More than
be
one
ready.
state?
Doubling up
He
here.
just said fun fact.
Oh, yeah.
I got more than I got facts.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be back with Dan right after this.
We'll get back to more of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast in just a moment, but we want to also take this moment to thank our reverse sponsors, Windflower Apiaries. They are our reverse sponsor for today, Windflower Apiaries. Windflower Apiaries is owned and operated by some of our guests.
Jet and Jerry Springstead.
You bet. You could call him Jet. His name is John, but his nickname is Jet.
Yeah.
And they own it. And I messaged Jerry just before the podcast started, and I wanted to know, do you still have honey for the winter? Because I know bees kind of, well, they don't hibernate, but I don't know if they give as much honey during the late fall and winter times. And they still do, she said. We harvested honey this fall, and they have it there on sale on Windflower Ridge right here in Mazo Mania. It's local honey. It's not pasteurized. This Christmas season, Windflower Apiaries have small honey bears with scarves around them, perfect for hostess gifts or stocking stuffers. There's a self-serve stand atop Windflower Ridge right here in Mazo Mania, and you just need to let them know if you want quantities that are 2 quarts or gallon quantities, because some people like to, buy a lot of honey. And so just find their information out there on the internet. Just type in Windflower Apiaries, and you'll get information about John and Jet and
Jerry and Jet.
John and Jet. Well, John and Jet. No, that's just one person.
It is.
Yeah. Jerry and John.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. There you go.
So Windflower Apiary is our proud sponsor, our reverse sponsor of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast. Now back to more of the podcast.
Yeah, go ahead and talk.
I coach Josh and Kyle and Joe and a bunch of them when I coach youth wrestling. They're really some good kids.
It was almost kind of a next generation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was Jiggs's son and guys that were the next generation under.
Right.
Had that wrestling in their blood, kind of.
Yeah, Kyle's very, very good. Unfortunately, Chris was good too.
I was going to ask. I didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris was good, but he chose a different road, I guess.
Sure.
I mean, he just. I don't know. I how to explain it. He just was really, really good, and he just didn't give it the beans.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Well, we're here with Dan O'Connell.
Back with Dan
O'Connell. And we wanted to talk a little bit about Mazo Mania Mustangs baseball. Hudson plays, and Drew and Joe and Deshaun now, and John helps a little bit. But it kind of surrounds you a little bit. I mean, you're a little bit Mazo Mustangs baseball. do you know when Mazo Maney started a home talent team? Was that before you were born, or have they kind of gone in and out?
Well, I don't know what they used to call. I know back in the day, I know that they had baseball for a long, long time. CYO, and they had a home talent league and stuff. I know my dad played in the home talent league, and
he did. Okay.
Back in the day, and they had really, really good teams. A lot of local people so I don't know when it was started. I know that it went. We started again a team up in '94. So I don't know if Dave Royston, if Roundy, if it was the one that brought it back originally in the early '70s, because I know they had a team in the early '70s. I started playing for Black Earth in 1974 after I graduated from high school, and I know Mazo had a team at that time. So I don't know how long they had been in the league before that. But they had a nice team, and a real good group of guys. And talking about Mazo Home Talent, I'll tell you what, I was managing. I played for Black Earth from 74 to 88. I managed from Black Earth from 88 to 93. And then the reason that I felt Mazo needed a team is that at that time, Heights had won a state championship. We had all kinds of great players. We had really good players before the high school kids came, and there was just so much. There was so many. We had 23, 24 guys on our roster.
Wow.
And that was
Black Earth.
That was players, yes.
Yeah.
And it was so. I was over the last couple of years. I got thinking, geez, so many times. And then you go to the ballpark, and a bunch of the Legion players, Eric Amble and some guys were coming down, and they were looking at saying, boy, where's maybe Eric ever going to play with all the guys we have here? And so it was in the back of my mind, and then I just decided that I'd left Black Earth, and they had a plethora of some fantastic ball players over there. It was pretty hard to leave, but I knew there was too many kids not going to have the opportunity not to play ball. And so that is why I left Black Earth. I knew there was going to be more kids that needed to play ball.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you were there that long.
Yeah.
Both player and coach. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And it was CYO. I mean, I remember being a kid. I never played CYO, and I never played Legion. Were both those kind of after high school teams?
Yeah.
So they were maybe an in-between kind of getting up to home talent, or were they just...
they were just teams. I mean, you could played home talent ball and played Legion ball too.
Oh, you could? Okay.
There's just a lot of kids in Legion ball are playing Legion ball. They're usually juniors and seniors or whatever, but a lot of them decided to play Legion instead of home talent, or you could have played both.
Okay.
At the time, but we just they had a nice Legion team over there, and there's just it was just too many people to have on a team. It's you can't it's impossible to coach when you got 22, 23 kids. Young men.
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is you can't keep everybody happy. So I think it dwindled down probably to 19 or so. I'd have a uniform in my car about every other week, and without an explanation. But it wasn't anything you were trying to do. It's just you can't keep everybody happy. With that many people.
Yeah. And
that was kind of again my thought process was, where are these other kids going to grow when they graduate the following year and the following year and so make a decision to come down and start a team in Mazo, and was going to happen. We had been talking about it behind the scenes and had some good people, Dale Hoggy and Donnie Reeve and Dennis Meyer, and we just got it going, and it's
what year was that again that you started it?
94.
94.
Yeah.
So it's almost been 30. It's been 28 years, right?
Yeah.
And so that's probably been that is probably the longest lasting Mazo run.
Yeah,
right?
I would say so, absolutely.
And some of those names are people that are still involved.
Right.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's quite a commitment to baseball.
Dennis and Julie and Mort and we've lost a lot of them along the way, but for several reasons, but they've hung in there and done a really good job.
Who were some of the names on those first couple of years teams? Can you remember some of the people? Because a lot of people watch this, and a lot of local people, they'll probably recognize some of the names. Do you remember some of the first guys you had on those teams?
Boy, I tell you, it was really a mixture. Because we had to do about everything to get enough players initially. I mean, it was pretty tough. Boy, I'd have to go back. But Teddy played for us. He played for Black Earth and went back and forth a couple times. But let's see. Scott Hoggy and Gary Dino and Troy Hoggy and let's see. Jeepers, having a little brain fog here. I thought I was on a roller when I started naming those guys. But that was
a long time ago now.
Yeah.
A lot of
but
years
I got a
have
pretty
gone
good
by.
memory. I can remember in high school wrestling. Why can't I remember a lot of the players? But we started out. It was tough right away to get the players, and again, Black Earth had such a nice team at the time. It was pretty hard. I remember the first game that we played them. First year we were going to play them down in Mazo. It was a Sunday game, and we went down, and we must have had 15 people down working the field. We had her shined. We had to put a fence up, a plastic fence up, and we mowed the grass, and everybody was proud. And we went down and have a couple pops or beers or whatever down at the local establishment, and I think we got 4 inches of snow that night. So for whatever reason, we thought, boy, we got to play this game. We got to play this game. So then we went out to the high school. And unfortunately, or fortunately, we got the field ready and played the game out there, and I believe they beat us 10-0. But
did they have the same? It doesn't sound like they had the same rules that they do now with home talent, where you had to wait a couple years to get in to Sunday League, or was that still the same?
No, it kind of was. I think because of the bragging by any means, but who I was and stuff, and they wanted and what I had done and stuff. It was a little bit easier for them. The biggest fear that they're worried about is prove that you're going to be financially
stable.
Stable.
Okay.
And we had we had a fundraiser, and I believe we had a pig roast or whatever, and Kentner did our pig roast for us, and so we had money, but it was they were really good about letting us in right away. But now it's they wanted you to kind of come in for a year, maybe play night league or something like Arena did this last year.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you can prove financially that you're going to have the monies and funds in the field, and they're pretty good about letting people in.
Okay.
Did you play for Mazo?
I did 1 year.
Were you a player coach?
I did one. No, I didn't coach in Mazo at the time. I was playing for Black Earth, then I jumped ship and went over and played for Mazo, and I went back to Black Earth.
Oh boy!
But yeah, that wasn't. But yeah, I did play for Mazo for 1 year.
Okay, so you just managed when you came over to start, restart, if you will, in '94.
Yep.
Okay, and so you've had, I mean, Scott Hauge cut a pretty wide swath as far as baseball play.
Oh yeah, Scott played a lot of ball.
Yeah,
a lot of years, and then we had I was just trying to think. Some Dasher boys played for us a few years. I mean, we had quite a few different ball players. Some stayed longer than others.
Yeah,
Scott Dewar, did he play?
Scott Dewar and Scott Mickelson come over the same year and played for us for a little bit.
Nice.
And a lot of fun to have on the team. Scott was a heck of a ball player. They're both good ball players. Just Scott Mickelson was was a local guy and played a lot of good high school baseball.
Yeah.
John Adair was a great player. Won the batting title multiple times. Did he play shortstop for you guys?
Played shortstop. Yep.
Okay.
He was real good shortstop. Yeah, John won the batting title, the Sunday League and the Thursday League, which was a big deal back then. And I know he batted up over 500 in both Sundays and Thursdays. And
wow.
And he was a real good ball player. He's from Sauk, and we had quite a few guys come over, down from Sauk. A good friend of mine, Gary Ball, managed Sauk for years, and he just felt that them guys needed to play, which was very nice of him.
Yeah.
Not many people do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Clint was part of that probably too, right?
Yeah,
Clint Williams.
Clint played for us for a lot of years, and Clint had talked to Scott Hoggy after a ball game one time and said he'd really be interested in coming down, and I think they met over in Black Earth, and he wanted to know if Scott didn't have any doubt about it, but Clint wanted to know, hey, would your coach want to mind if I come down and play? I said, I'll take him in a minute. But Scott did the recruiting there.
Sure.
And but yeah, Clint was a heck of a good ball player and a lot of fun, good team player.
The COVID year, of course, there was a canceled season for Mazo, but was there any other year from 94 till now 2022? Was there ever a year that there wasn't a team?
No.
Okay, so you always had a continuous team.
Yep.
Was there any, issues? Did you always have a full roster, or was there sometimes where...
sometimes we lost quite a few players that good players that went elsewhere. I mean, and maybe to another team. Not a lot. I mean, if anybody went to another, the only ones I ever remember going to another team or something, I mean, they go to Black Earth, but I don't remember really going to Sauk or Baraboo or any place else. So it's we really didn't have. I mean, we always were able to field a team. Mm-hmm. It just some years were thinner than you'd like.
Yeah. Have things changed? I mean, like back in the day, they still were able to use aluminum bats, right? That's scary to think about that. Grown men hitting those bats.
Yeah, there's some real zingers.
Some hot shots at third, especially and stuff.
Yeah, there are a lot of balls that left the yard that in a quick hurry too. Yeah, I don't know why I don't know how they do it in college ball. Anyway, I just don't understand it.
I don't understand that either.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to me because. You go on, if you get drafted or whatever, then you're going from aluminum to wood. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
it's got to be the expense. It's the only thing I can think of.
That's true.
I see.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think it could possibly be. Yeah. Because how many wood bats in the college season would you break?
Yeah.
I would think it'd be quite a few, but that's got to be the only. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I sit there and watch the College World Series and college baseball, thinking. But they've toned the bats down too.
Okay. I was going to say that the bats these days, I don't think are as
the aluminum bats. They've really adjusted them. Okay. I mean, because back in the day, they were aluminum. You could really
lightning and thunder.
Yeah, you could really hit some balls out of the park back then. Or really, it was really. I wouldn't want to be on third baseman or shortstop back in the day.
Are there any other changes from back then? I mean, they could be like actual, rules or physical things, or any changes as far as just like socially? I mean, were the games more well attended when there wasn't, do you remember when you were playing, the games were very well attended? Now people seem to have so much to do. They're not as well attended, or are they kind of consistent as your memory serves you?
Well, I'll go back to Black Earth. I mean, it was, and then I'll come back to Mazo, but I mean, we've always had good following. Black Earth had real good following. Mm-hmm. You made it to the Final Four a couple times, and of course, Black Earth won it in '68 and won it in '74, the Final Four. And then when I was managing, we made it a couple of Final Fours, and at that time you had to park in Mazo to get to Black Earth. It was just, I mean, it was just a really good time. And then coming over, there was a lot of people that we had real good following when we started up, real good following down here in Mazo. And I think it's always been pretty solid You know, people get older and just do different things and stuff. And I guess there's so many things to do now for younger people.
Yeah.
Boating, fishing, and not that you couldn't have done it back in the day, but when baseball was supposed to be more important, but it's like it is for some guys. and that's very much appreciated. But it's just, I still think we have a nice group of people that follow us here in Mazo, and it's pretty consistent. But again, older people get older and have other things to do too sometimes.
Yeah, health issues and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I think it was several years ago when you were toying with no longer managing that you talked about, you know, basically you could never, with working all the time that you did during the week and then all of the responsibilities for the Mustangs, you didn't take summer vacations.
I forgot I did leave one year while I was here because I had an altercation with one of my players up at Sauk City. And so I had to relieve myself a year from I don't remember what year that was, and I don't care. But one of our players come to the game inebriated, and we had some words, and he said some things I didn't like, and he said it back, and I happened to grab a hold of him by the neck a little bit, and then I got a bunch of mail from the sheriff's department. So
tough.
That had to go to court, and so I just
stepped away for a year.
You didn't paint Velasquez's face from the state tournament, did you?
No.
Start wrestling?
No, I didn't. Actually, I thought it was a joke because I thought it was awful hateful that he'd come to a game playing sock up there, and it was a big game.
Yeah.
I choose not to.
I get it.
I guess I expressed my opinion to him.
Yeah.
So, but, anyway.
Well, any other thoughts? I mean, you guys have any other questions about the Mustang aspect, or just anything that comes to mind, Dan, that you?
No, I just it's enjoyable to see sit back and watch and not manage now and watch the young men play, and it's exciting. It's got a great team and they're very consistent, and they're going to continue winning, and I hope other young men join the troops and we get more people down the road. I hope this thing keeps going is what I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because it's really a great sport. That's one other reason I took a shine to baseball over wrestling, because I don't know of any baseball players that don't eat very well. I mean, they usually can eat 3 meals a day, and that's honest to God truth. I mean, when I was in college, I was playing hometown baseball. I got thinking, you know what? It's a lot more fun than wrestling. Yeah. I mean, that's God's truth. Yeah. I just says, boy, I can eat all I want and have as much fun.
When Babe Ruth is one of the poster boys for, you can eat a little more if you want.
Yeah, he didn't starve himself to death.
No. Well, so changing gears for just a few minutes here, you worked for Cleary Building for 40 years, was it?
40 it would have been 40 and a half. And so
40 and a half.
Yep, I retired in April, and then in September would have been 41 years. And so
just this last. No,
2 years ago.
2 years ago, April. And what was can you just give us a real quick highlight of what were your responsibilities at Cleary? Like you ended being what?
I managed a cruise and did the hiring for the field and out of Verona and helped out a little bit, the production end of it. Yeah. So.
You didn't start doing that though.
I worked in transportation. I was a transportation coordinator, and I did a little bit of quite a few involving transportation and production.
Okay. And then, you live just a few doors down from our house and right next to the boys. I mean, the boys live in your mother's house. Right. And I guess I was just curious if you could you were having some. You had neck injury and problems, and you had surgery, and you were having dizzy spells and things like that. Didn't you fall, like when you were walking?
My neck or my heart?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're connected. I was just trying to get into talking a little bit about your health situation and then talk about what's happened since. You know.
Yeah, in 2018, I had neck surgery, and I was very close to being paralyzed. I had no feeling from my neck down. Doesn't make any sense. I could move my hands, and I went on Friday and ended up having surgery on Saturday, and it was. The doctor said I went down to the ball field and we had a game the next day, and he said if I would throw in a 50 bag of lime over my shoulder, that I'd have probably been paralyzed from the neck down. Wow. So they caught it at the right time. I mean, it just came on so quick, and my spinal cord was just about severed. My vertebrae shifted so bad that it was. I didn't have time to think about it, so I didn't even really have time to get scared, because I went in Friday. My wife and my daughter left the hospital at like midnight that night, and I went to my room and I was operated on the next morning at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So, and then, but then I was walking down the road this last winter, and that all came good. My neck came good, and I fell and slipped 2 doors down from your house here, and on the ice against the curb, and I hit my head, and it kind of brought back old memories. Oh. But I just, I was having a lot of problems with my lower back and my neck again. But I got a shot in my neck, and they were going to be giving me 2 shots in my lower back here in September, but I just said, heck with them guys, I'll have heart surgery instead. So,
but we've got a few minutes here. But just tell us. I mean, you were having problems like even walking a block, right?
Right.
And you couldn't figure out exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was after I fell. It was December 29th. I remember the date. I went down and helped them plow snow down the village, and I got back home and took the dog for a walk, and in between the road and the curb, there was snow on the ice, and it was just, my feet went up underneath me, and I actually walked about a half a block, and I had my glasses on, didn't realize that, gosh, I can't see very good. I'm talking to the dog, by the way, because the dog's the only one with me. So I got thinking, boy, so I was going to adjust my glasses, and I said, boy, my glasses aren't on. So I come back a half a block. My glasses were laying outside the curb. And then I went home, and I was a little dizzy, and I remember my head bouncing. I mean, it actually bounced off the ice. Ugh. And so I was having quite a few problems with that for quite a while. And then as I was walking, a little bit, and then I was getting shortness of breath and whatnot, and that went on from about that time. And then I guess it was week after week, if I'd go for a walk or whatever, and I'd get about the same distance almost every time, and it'd be the same issue. I'd get home and tell my wife, do we have antacid pills? Yeah. And I'd take an antacid or Pepto-Bismol or something, and then it'd go away. And so I thought I really had it figured out. So I thought I'd really be smart, and I'd take the antacid before I went for a walk, or the Pepto-Bismol. I'd take it before I go for a walk. Well, by golly, I went and I got the same distance again, and I said, well, that didn't work. And the last time I actually got around the block over here, and I got by Jerry Reed's place, and I had to sit down on the grass because I don't know. And then I wanted to lay down, and it was raining out, and I had the dog again. So I guess she dragged me home. She's a 7-pound schnauzer. So. But now I got home, and I told my wife I got to call the doctor. And then it went through the process of going through a stress test, which I lasted 4 minutes on. I thought it was 11 minutes, it was 4 minutes. And then I went to see the cardiologist specialist at UW, and he lined me up with some other doctors, and they took a look at me, and they said, you need to have surgery. And I had surgery, and they had my coronary artery was 95% blocked. Wow. And he told me that I was running on fumes. And so very lucky to be able to get in, and fortunate to be able to get in. But I had other people don't experience, some aren't lucky enough to experience the episodes that I went through and make it through, because I at least had probably 30 episodes.
Wow.
At different times. And so I was probably pretty darn lucky.
Very fortunate. Yeah. Well, this has been our pleasure. We really do. We really appreciate you taking the time, talking us through the wrestling, talking us through the Mustangs, and then giving us a little health update. So thank you for taking the time, all the stuff you've done for Mazo and the Mustangs. I don't know if you guys have anything.
Yeah, thanks for all the keeping it around and stuff like that.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be able to have good neighbors, that's for sure. And no, I enjoy what I do, and enjoy being on the earth, I guess. So
yeah. And so this is a coupon. We haven't done this for a while because we haven't had a guest. This is a coupon to the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
Oh,
prize table.
So you can take one or two of those. We don't want to do anything bad for your heart.
No.
So you can take something. There's like some cards or pens or something you can take home for a t-shirt or something. So
it's a Wick t-shirt.
You can take it's a Wick t-shirt.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Tom Wick and Jim Wick, every year on my birthday I'd go to my mailbox and I'd have a t-shirt, a hat, a Wick t-shirt, a hat, apron, a cooking apron would be hanging on top of the mailbox, and they were really good sports.
Well, we'll let you pick something, and then we always get a picture. But thank you very much.
Yes, thank you guys.
Local guests of the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast get a coupon towards the FSVP prize table and your choice of a valuable take-home gift. Congratulations, and thanks for being a guest on the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
You good?
Nailed it.
Just let technology take over.
Are we good on all these, HUD?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can see them?
Yep. We should be good.
You're going to have to be.
Well, welcome back.
Okay.
We just had our second interview, our second part of our interview with Dan, and just want to say thanks to Dan for taking the time out of his day to come and do an interview with us, because we were really looking forward to doing that. Joe's in his own world, and Drew's got some state facts from Hawaii.
From Hawaii, all the way from Hawaii.
Wow, all the way.
Grabbed those facts and brought them on back.
Melakaliki Maka.
Is that
is a thing to say?
Is that Thanksgiving?
It's Merry Christmas, right?
Merry Christmas.
Okay, it's not Christmas
You should
yet.
get ready for some Hawaiian words.
Okay.
So that we could post them up there and see
Post
how
them
badly
up.
I butcher them.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this. So, we got the state of Hawaii today. And we'll get cracking on it.
Wouldn't mind Hawaii's weather right now.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
even
gotta
know
be better
what
than this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know
I mean,
what
not
it's like,
better, but it's got to be
better.
warmer.
Which I would think for most people is better.
Well, some people like the cold.
I'd never go to Hawaii.
I like the cold.
Well, I don't know if
crazy.
I would either.
I don't like flying over big
necessarily.
bodies of water.
Yeah.
Sounds
What's the
right now.
difference, though, when you think about it?
Yeah,
If you're that high.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, if
You're
you're that
that
high.
It's all cement from there.
Well, when we flew out of Fort Myers back up towards here, for some reason they fly over the ocean for a while.
Do you remember when we were flying
I mean, they
in?
know what they're doing, obviously.
Do you remember that first time we were flying into Fort Myers? And I thought we were going to go over the water. I was like, we're running out of real estate. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember
you
that.
could see the ocean. It was like,
It's the first time they ever flown down there.
Yeah.
Should have gotten some
It
advice.
was the first time
and
I had
some
ever
help.
flown down there. So, anyway.
All right, here we go. Here's some state facts, one of which would be the state flower is the yellow hibiscus. distinguished by its large and full, bright yellow flowers with a reddish center, and leaves that resemble a maple leaf.
You can look that up, Joe?
Joe can either do that, or we can have Damon drop that on us.
I don't know if I'm stealing Damon's thunder, but
Yeah, let Damon.
yeah.
It's
the pictures.
look up this. Look up this. So look up the.
So
yellow-
basically, we got this TV for no reason.
Well, it's harder. It's harder. For
He'll do the
Damon,
words.
right? If you can get it on
yeah.
to the television screen
put up the yellow hibiscus
without too much of a hassle, then Damon can work on making other things
There it is.
magical.
Hibiscus.
There it is, hibiscus.
Oh wow, it can also be. You can buy it off of Amazon.
Yeah, here you go. Here's its Hawaiian name.
Oh, let's go full screen.
You want to see? Do you want to hear the Hawaiian
Go to
name?
images
Yes,
there,
please do.
Yosi?
Ma'ohau hala. Ma'ohau.
That was pretty good.
Take a look.
Mahawahala.
Ma'ohau hala.
Ma'oha.
Auhala.
Well, take a look at.
Oh, this is from Green Acres.
Where's Joe? Get the pronunciation.
Green Acres.
Hawaiian name. Type in Hawaiian name. Yellow hibiscus Hawaiian name.
It's a yellow flower with a
But
red
how is that
center.
going to come up on images?
Well, you got to go all.
Hawaii.
And
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
Name.
Names.
Let's give it a shot.
There we go.
Oh,
Now press all.
There it is.
Yeah. There you go.
Mahali.
Now keep the Hawaiian name, and then we'll
go
do
to
different things
pronunciation. Go to pronunciation, Joe, and let's hear it.
here. Let's hear it.
Ma'ohauhali.
No, I got the pronunciation. It's Ma'ohauhale. Ma'ohauhale.
in Polish. You just don't think of Polish people thinking about Hawaii, but they probably go there.
I think we're
All right,
go there?
we're getting too deep here.
Okay,
All
we
right,
try.
go back to where we were. Here's the state bird. The state bird is nene. No whip needed.
No whip being needed there, just the nene.
Yep. Also known as the Hawaiian goose.
Oh, okay.
That's
There it
kind of-
is.
that's a-
Right
yeah.
away, I thought that kind of looks like a goose.
It is thought
That's what a nene. I thought a nene would look like.
Yeah, it is thought that this Hawaiian goose is a distant relative of the Canadian goose.
Can we see a full screen
So-
shot there?
At one point, they were migrating maybe and got a little off course.
Boy, they had to adapt to a different
There it is.
environment
Yeah,
and weather.
yeah.
There's a nene.
But they do look. The body looks. The head
so does
looks
the
different.
So does the probably from the bottom
Yeah.
of the neck down. It looks
Exactly.
like a regular goose.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that makes sense.
There you
Sure
go.
does.
That's really nice to have, Joe. Thank you. For
The state tree is a candle nut. The candle nut is a flowering tree in the spurge family, also known as a candleberry, Indian walnut, kamiri.
Oh wow.
Oh, kamiri.
I wonder if you can eat those.
Varnish
The
tree.
fruit of that.
Nuez de la India. Buha Bocaras. Goda Kukui nut tree. And Rada Kukona. That's how many names it has. I just rattled off all the names.
Why do you change your
Dialect or
Yeah,
whatever.
you kind of go like this.
I don't know.
Your
I don't know how
It
you
helps you say it better, I think.
The kooky,
Oh,
the
it's part of the Spurge
kooky,
family.
That's what he
the
said.
kukai is also called the candle nut tree because the nut of the kukai was used for candles by early settlers.
Nice.
The
Joe's
actual nut or the oil from the
It
or
says
the
because
wax.
you just listen to what I say. Because the nut, that's what I said.
But
So
does
try
the
your
nut
question again.
secrete some wax or something?
I don't know.
that they-
I
Maybe
don't think so.
yeah, whatever.
The state animal, the land animal, there's two different things here. The land mammal is the Hawaiian hoary bat.
Yeah,
It's got
let's
big
show
teeth.
that. Dad
It's
likes
got
that.
teeth.
Dad likes bats.
I scream like a girl.
Like the
Comes
Robert
bats.
Ory bat?
No,
Robert
it's,
Ory?
it's Hoary.
Hooray.
And it's got some pretty decent
A-
sized teeth.
R-Y.
H-O-
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
The overall state mammal
Wow.
is the monk seal.
I can just imagine that flying around your head,
That looks like a normal bat to
darting
me.
back and forth.
Yeah, the one right there was on the original Google. Yep, that one right there. Yeah, I don't know how you got that.
Oh.
Written down a bar.
Well,
Look
they're
at
not
that
huge.
full
They're
screen,
about the
that puppy.
size of our bats. Look at that.
Yeah,
I mean,
look at
that's
those teeth.
yeah.
All right. Also, they have overall state mammal is the monk seal. You can see them sometimes lounging on the beach like tourists.
Do they have
They're
a
cute as
haircut
a
like
pu-
a monk? Is that why?
I don't know. They're cute as a puppy, but don't go near them. They are protected and have been known to bite.
They're probably more dangerous than bats.
I would think.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they're bigger.
What?
Yeah, they do more damage probably. Look at the mouth on that.
Yep.
The monk.
Go down to this one, Joe. He's posing.
Yeah.
Go down to the one where he's sitting on the side.
Third, just on the bottom.
No, that's laying.
Posing there.
If you go down just a little bit, there he is, right there.
There he is.
Here,
he can't see your finger. Or he can't see your finger.
Yeah, that's funny.
Can we full screen that puppy?
That's a glamour pose right there.
It's actually a seal.
That's what these
it's
are.
It's a monk seal.
Monk seal.
There he is. Look at him. Talk about photogenic.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. All right. All right. State nickname. The Aloha State, which you may have known.
Yep.
It means love. Hello. Goodbye. So it means a lot of things.
Huh.
Aloha.
When I think of love, you don't want to say goodbye. But it's the same.
Yeah. Yep.
It means love,
goodbye, and hi.
It means a lot of different things, apparently.
You gotta be careful. Hey, how you doing?
We just showed up.
Yeah. Hello, bye, and love.
And love. Yeah. The state motto is, the life of the land is preserved in righteousness. Now,
let's hear it.
Yeah, here you want to hear the Hawaiian? In Hawaiian, it's Umawaki ia o ka ania ai ka pano. I bet you that was really close. I don't have
anybody who's Hawaiian here.
I was going to say, let's not put the disclaimer up here. Let's put an apology to anyone that has been to Hawaii, has relatives that are in Hawaii.
He's a Hawaiian
has never said the word Hawaii. Yeah, Kurt
He probably
Wong
knows exactly how to pronounce that.
Yeah,
You should put it up there. That's good. Good luck. Take a stab at that. This phrase is written in Hawaiian on everything official, from work trucks to the governor's office. So,
is it on their license plates too? Maybe.
Don't know, man.
All right, on everything.
Here's a few famous people from
like
Hawaii.
Nebraska's the land of Lincoln, isn't it? Or is that?
That's Illinois.
Illinois. Okay, same thing. They're really close.
A few famous people from Hawaii. Bruno Mars is from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Michelle Wee. Bette Midler.
Oh.
Barack Obama. Nicole Kidman. And Jason Momoa.
He's from. Barack Obama's from
Hawaii.
Yeah. Hawaii?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I thought he was from somewhere else, but obviously I was wrong.
All right. Hawaii is made up of 132 different islands.
132.
Well, I guess that that's maybe why he's from Hawaii.
Because there's so many?
Yeah.
Oh.
Doesn't make any sense.
I thought he was from a different island.
Oh,
okay. I thought he was from. I'm
you know that much about Hawaii and about Barack Obama.
No, you just thought that. What's his name was the land of
Hawaii.
You thought that Nebraska was the land of Lincoln.
No, okay, yeah.
He can't get the state. He can't get the contiguous states.
What is Nebraska, Joe?
It's the Cornhusker state.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so here off of that, while there are 132 different Hawaiian islands and 124 inlets, shoals, and reefs. The 8 main Hawaiian islands are Ahu, Maui. I got that one, nailed it. Kauai. Big Island, aka Hawaii Island. That's easy to say.
That's 4.
Molokai.
Mm-hmm.
Lanai.
Mm-hmm.
Nihao.
That's high in Ni hao is high in Chinese.
Yep. And Koha Alohi. That's 8.
Can you go to all those islands? I mean, are they all inhabited? Obviously, Hawaii is, and I know a few of the other ones. All of them are.
I think it was Molokai that has only 7,400 inhabitants,
residents
that live there.
Wow, that's almost like Marco Island, only having 15 to 20 people.
That's true.
On it.
There are only 12 letters in the Hawaiian alphabet.
No, what? Wait, you said 12
letters. Yep, that's what I said. Hawaii.
No wonder aloha means 3 different things.
Yeah, maybe. Hawaii is the second widest state in the United States.
Widest?
You wouldn't know that.
Widest?
Yep.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So here it is. It's 1,523 miles between Nihao. I'm not pronouncing that correctly.
Hi.
And the Big Island of Hawaii. I figured I did a little research, At 55 miles an hour, it would take 27 hours and 16 minutes to drive from the 2 points of Hawaii, the furthest islands.
If you could drive.
Yep. The widest state is Alaska, which spans 2,700 miles.
Well, and they have probably inlets and islands too.
And shoals.
In
the
Alaska too.
Like the Aleutian Islands.
That's what I mean. So I was going to say that doesn't seem fair to the landlocked states. That it's all basically land. Although there's lots of
unless
rivers
you got
and
Chitty
lakes
Chitty
and
Bang
things like
Bang
that.
and you're flying around and
you think about how big the ocean must be then.
Oh,
that you've got these islands that are 1,500 miles apart. I mean, they're pretty small islands overall, but
that's pretty far.
How far does it get? How far isn't it further from California to the Big Island of Hawaii than it is from the 2 points, the longest points in the states?
Mm-hmm.
I think
probably.
It is.
I think it is. I don't know that for sure.
So the fact that then out in the ocean, there's this huge distance that barely makes anything up. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That makes people out there have to really think.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
we're stretching
their minds.
Stretching
people's minds.
Hawaii became the 50th state on August 20th, 1959. Not that long ago, a little before you were born.
Yep.
Well, on July 4th, 1894, the Republic of Hawaii was established, and Sanford Dole, cousin of Dole Plantation's founder James Dole, became the Republic's first president. President William McKinley annexed Hawaii in 1898, and it remained a U.S. territory until it became a state nearly 60 years later. It's the only U.S. state made up entirely of islands, which makes some sense.
I wonder if those two boys were the ones who founded or coined the term "they're on the dole." You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I don't
even know if.
I don't either.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they were on the dole.
Yeah.
They were
on their own dole.
Yeah.
Iolani Palace is the only royal palace in the United States.
Okay.
Oh, because they had a king there?
Yeah.
So it's a royal palace.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Got it.
We never had a king.
Nope.
Good thing.
Mauna Kea is the tallest mountain in the world.
What?
Mauna Kea is
That's
on the Big Island. It is
underneath.
33,496 feet tall from the top of the mountain all the way down to the ocean floor.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
That's why Mount Everest is technically the tallest, because it's above
sea level.
The sea, yeah. The Big Island grows about 42 acres each year because of the volcanic.
Yeah.
Oh,
man, you could get some
Hot
land down there.
such.
42 acres a year.
could buy some future land.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
could. I'll take the next 42 acres that get built.
Yeah.
Although that land might not be that great.
No,
I
probably
don't think you do much on it for a while.
That's why it's called an investment.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I buried the information here, right below it. This is tough. The reason that it grows 42 acres each year is because the Kilauea volcano has been actively erupting for the past 30 years. Each time it erupts, it spills into the ocean and adds up to 42 acres of land.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So spills into that ocean,
Boom.
cools, land.
Boom.
Hawaii is the only state that grows coffee commercially. Hawaii is also the only U.S. state that commercially grows vanilla beans and chow chow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that.
Here's the thing, too.
Kachawa.
Just going back to that it makes land.
Yeah.
Is we were talking about being overpopulated.
Yeah.
Look at there. Hawaii is doing their part.
Adding
By
some land.
And the Earth is doing its part by spilling
The Earth
out
is expanding.
lava,
Yeah.
boom, creating land, and people don't have to worry about overpopulation anymore. See, just rest, be easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gambling is illegal in Hawaii. Hawaii and Utah are the only U.S. states that have banned gambling. So,
Utah.
if you were thinking about going to Hawaii to gamble, you can't.
Okay. Yep.
Snakes are
Might
outlawed.
be the Mormon influence in Utah. I don't know what it would be in
I
Hawaii.
don't know why either.
That's what you were thinking, maybe?
Yeah. Yep.
They flew some Mormons over and made some laws and flew them back.
Mm-hmm.
Snakes are outlawed in Hawaii. That's to protect the native birds in jeopardy of becoming endangered. They take it so seriously that people found smuggling snakes, why would you ever smuggle snakes, face 3 years in jail and fines up to $200,000.
That's something I can get behind. Snakes.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. Snakes. You know
Especially
that,
probably
know
the
that
snakes that are around there.
And I know I heard that name Snakes before.
Snakes? Snakes. I don't know no snakes.
Snakes. Let's get out of here.
No, it's not $200. It's $200.
So does that mean that there's no?
Right.
Does that mean that there's no snakes on the island?
I don't know that.
Because to me that seems wild.
You just can't import.
There are no legal snakes. They're all only outlaw snakes. Like Jesse James Rattler.
Yeah. What happens if Jim's walking along the thing and a snake comes from the ocean? They say, "Hey, Jim's bringing snakes over." Say, "I was just walking on the beach." He gets caught for smuggling snakes, even though he wasn't.
I don't think. I don't think that's by definition smuggling the snake.
Yeah, but they might think it is.
Who's Jim?
Yeah, I don't know. Some random
guy walking.
I see. Okay.
Yep. Man. Hula from hula dancing was originally only performed by men. In ancient Hawaii, hula kahiko was a religious dance performed by highly trained men who learned it from the Hawaiian god Laka.
I like how you always say it with a question mark at the end. You're like,
well, I'm putting it out there.
Right?
Just put.
Well, you don't want to sound authoritative because then people will say he didn't say it right. We know he didn't say it right. It'd just be luck if he did say it right.
I barely mastered the English language. All right, so hula dancing used to just be all men.
Okay.
Hawaii has its own time zone, which we had in a quiz, family quiz the other day.
Time zone.
It is called the Hawaiian Standard Time. It's 2 to 3 hours behind Pacific Standard Time and 5 to 6 hours behind Eastern Standard Time.
HST.
Yeah. So it's got its own. It's out there all by itself with its own time zone.
They probably carry themselves like that too. They've got their own time zone.
Yeah, we've got our own time zone.
Yeah, got their own.
We don't gamble here.
Yeah.
We have our own.
We can say our own names.
No snakes.
You can't say our names.
Yeah,
they got a lot of reasons to be.
We've got 12 letters in our alphabet.
Proud.
We're growing all the time.
We're growing all the time. We're creating.
Yep.
Expanding.
We're the only ones.
Warm. We're warm.
We're the only ones that grow coffee commercially, vanilla beans.
Chow chow.
Yep. Chow chow. Cow chow. Kachawa.
Kachava.
Okay, so here are a few weird laws I got. I didn't get a ton of them, but here's a few weird laws. On Kauai, I think I pronounced that 3 or 4 different ways. But hey, I'm possibly pronounced it right one of those times.
Shotgun approach here.
Yep. On Kauai, it is illegal for buildings to be taller than a palm tree. Don't exactly know why.
Is that the biggest palm tree? You say like, hey,
maybe the average height.
I would think. Yeah.
Because
I think they're giving some wiggle room there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if you built one that was really close, you say, just wait a couple of years, I'll be in compliance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. When in a state park, you are not allowed to annoy the birds.
That's a
slippery
slope.
Yeah, because sometimes the birds can be annoying you.
Yeah, I was going to say,
but don't annoy them back.
That?
Billboards were outlawed in the 1920s. No billboards. So you couldn't...
no commercial advertising.
Couldn't advertise
the coffee.
This show up on there.
That's true.
You sometimes think about billboard. It's kind of... what do you think about that? I mean, you drive, like we live in Mazo, you drive to Madison, you see all these billboards. They do kind of clutter the...
They do,
you can't see the landscape and stuff. And I suppose some place where people really go to, to get away from things.
They probably figure that
see all the tropical things and the ocean and stuff. They probably don't like it littering the sides of the...
They probably figure there's enough billboards in the United States, contiguous United States, that is showing how great Hawaii is. They don't even need to.
They're a big vacation spot. They probably don't want people to be bogged down by billboards.
That's another way that you got something when you can make all these rules. And people still want to come.
Still want to come.
Agree with that.
Because we don't make a lot of rules here in Wisconsin. I mean, as far as coming here,
that we know of.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we just I won't go any farther now.
Apparently, it is also illegal to get a tattoo behind your ear or your eyelid. or on your eyelid.
Yeah, okay, behind your eyelid.
That should be illegal anyway.
I can see why.
I would think getting one on your eyelid would be bad too.
That would be bad.
I don't know why that's illegal, but it is. A law dating back to 1418 makes it illegal to sink the islands. Don't even know what that means.
I understand why now they outlaw it. Because if somebody's doing a tattoo of their eyeballs on their eyelid, then you could be sleeping like those glasses that you used to have. You know what I'm saying?
That's why
then it would look like your eyes are open and you'd be just sleeping there.
Oh boy.
He's in rare form today.
I feel like he's taking all of Joe's jokes and he's throwing them out here.
Joe's not helping
He's taking
me.
all my bad jokes. I wouldn't even say those.
I don't think so.
You would make sure those were pushed off in your mind before you said them, right?
Yeah, yep. I don't have,
It's not legal to ride in the back seat of a car without a seatbelt. But if all the seats in the car are occupied, you are allowed to ride in the bed of a truck with no safety equipment. I would think being within the car would be more safe than...
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a law. That's a weird law, too.
It is a weird law.
By law, twins are not permitted to work for the same company. Not sure why. It used to be illegal for one to leave home without knowing where they are going.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm
So you'll have to come with me.
It's so subjective.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
It's so subjective.
I know,
Because you
right?
could just lie. You say, no, I know where I'm going. Where
So
are you
where are
going?
you
Well, I'm
going?
going down there. I'm going down to the palm tree or something like that.
Yeah, to see if that building's within home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of fun. I will say that there are times, and it's fine, it's not a big deal, but there have been times where I've known people that have gone and vacationed in Hawaii.
Yes.
And they come back and they are just, I don't know what it is about people that go and travel in Hawaii, but they then, they talk about the islands, they know how to pronounce them. And all of a sudden they become a different class of human being.
Yeah.
I think it's the time zone.
I just don't understand.
Drew, don't go to Hawaii because we don't
It's
want
like,
you to
did
be
you
saying
spend
them
all
right.
7 days learning how to speak the language and come back so that
Well,
we're...
just think how proud Hawaii is.
I guess,
I mean,
yeah.
look at how proud they are. They're making land. They're got a big high mountain. They've got all these rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell you what to
billboards.
do. When you go there, you just become proud.
What do you think? What do you think? Hawaii weighs like several tons. I bet you half the ton is proud.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Half a ton.
Half the
There's a
time.
joke.
He just
Thanks,
wanted-
Joe.
he
Thanks for
just wanted
joining,
proud.
Mike.
He just
Mike
wanted to say
Round
that.
there.
Yeah, that's good.
Half proud.
He takes a whole half the program to figure out
Yeah,
something.
muster
that's
up
really
the
gonna be-
courage. All right, here's some national holidays today. Today it's Apple Cider Day.
Ooh.
Oh, this isn't related.
By
to
the
Hawaii.
way,
Nope.
apple
thought,
cider,
oh, wow,
those
they have-
cider donuts that they have
Where?
at like Sky High, they're the
Just anywhere.
they're fall specials. Those are good.
Yeah, we're in winter, but
No, well, we aren't actually.
No, we're not.
we're
That's
still in fall.
12/21.
We're still in fall. When does winter come?
12/21.
Check
21st of December, I think. What's wrong?
Nothing.
He said it's winter. He
Yeah.
said
Well, it feels like winter.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It's also International Stand Up to Bullying Day. You were bullying me.
bullied me.
I'm gonna stand up to
Cyber
that.
bully.
I don't.
It's not
podcast
cyberbullying.
just
It's not-
bullying.
it's
day.
it's
Just
not any of
enjoy-
those.
you
It's
know,
just bullying.
Yeah, it's not specific. Yeah,
Say no to bullying.
bully ball.
Yeah.
Stand up to that. Mickey Mouse Day.
Okay. Get your Mickey Mouse ears
Mickey
on.
Mouse.
So it's Mickey Mouse Day because it's Mickey Mouse's birthday, but it's also Minnie's birthday today. I don't know why. I don't know. Were they twins? I thought they were kind
A
of.
boyfriend and
No,
girlfriend.
but they were maybe
I think.
created at the same time. Mickey, they were maybe drawn on the
they
same
just-
day.
So they had the same. But it's Mickey's. I'm gonna guess maybe that Mickey was first.
I think.
Yeah.
I think he was.
I think.
I think he appeared first.
Was he
I think
the
so,
first
yeah.
thing? Was he the one
He
whistling
was
on
that
the boat?
tugboat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he was technically Mickey Mouse at that time.
But then he
but
morphed into.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Anyway, so Mickey Mouse Day today, and it's Mickey and Minnie's birthday today, but just
Happy
Mickey Mouse
birthday.
Day today.
Happy
So,
birthday, Mickey and Minnie.
Yep. Stand up to bullying and Apple Cider Day.
If they were twins, they couldn't work
Together in Hawaii.
in
That's
Hawaii.
true.
In the same company.
You're right. Yeah.
No tugboat. That's why he was on a tugboat by
By
himself.
himself, he had to work
Yeah.
for that company by
Well, this
himself.
is thanks
34th.
Drew, this is our Thanksgiving.
Yes, we will not
podcast.
be. We will not be here in our original father-son voiceover podcast studios. So we're going to take a week off, give you guys a break because you guys probably want one.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
And they're going to spend Thanksgiving thankful that they don't have to watch us for 1 week.
Although,
that's true.
Will the radical podcaster, what will he be doing?
That's
he might be mad.
He might cry.
Cal,
what is he going to do during his time that he would normally be?
That's one.
He might just show up on vacation.
Cal,
with
maybe
us
you could
or
let us know
Cal,
what you
come
did.
here and do a podcast with, without us.
Yeah,
Good luck figuring it out.
But you know what? Our family's been sick. I was sick, really sick this last week. And I was out I'm feeling better. And I was outside just sweeping the sidewalk. And it felt so good to have a little energy.
Yeah.
And I was, we take our health for granted so much. And I was just thankful for that. Not to get too serious here, but I was thankful for that. Thankful for the opportunity to be on the podcast. Thankful for you guys. All the behind the scenes people, Mom and
Dame
Mom,
Time.
Sean, everybody that doesn't, get the bright lights shined on them.
You got to be kidding me. Everything you just said is my favorite
thing to do every day.
Yeah. Hey, got anything else to say? Because we're going to be off for
we're
flying to Marco Island, and it's just going to be.
Don't hold back,
Yeah,
yeah.
But people can go back and watch other episodes.
They sure
that
can.
We've had.
Catch up.
Just
this is your chance to catch up.
Yeah, you have 34 episodes.
Start binge watching.
And by the way, we are thinking of we are working on best of.
Oh,
that's hard to imagine. There's a best of, but even if you
got our opinions,
even if you have a bad podcast, it can be the best of the bad. At least
best of the worst. Yeah. So thanks, Dan O'Connell, again for coming on.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Just right there.
Thanks, Drew, for giving it a shot at the Hawaiian names. We appreciate that. We did.
I know.
Yes. So, like we said, episode 35 will not be next week.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
We won't be doing it.
We won't be here. We'll be in sunny
South
Florida.
Yep.
And we'll come back and we'll try to have episode 35 for you and our numbers and everything else like that. So thank you for taking the time to spend your Wednesday afternoon with us, and happy Thanksgiving to all.